Hey everyone, happy Saturday! Oh, it's sunny. Yesterday was a snow bomb, and now it's like really nice out. So I'm happy, and I'm really excited to be on live today. It took me a little longer than I thought it was going to, but that's okay because we got some more questions coming in. I'm actually going to share this video on my wall somehow. Let me see. So welcome everyone. If you come on or if you catch the replay, that's cool too. Either way is good, and I want to answer all your questions that you have. So leave them if I'm not getting them to the live questions. But I kind of wanted to just dive into like what you want to know about manifesting. Hey Jen, what's up, girl? You took some good care of yourself today. I saw your post. That's awesome. Self-care Saturday. I like it. I like it. I want to share this video in Manifestation Nation because I'm on my personal Facebook right now, or no, my business Facebook, because I want this video to be able to be shared for anyone who feels like other people need to hear this information. Then share the video. Okay, I'm going to share it right now. Share now, right post. Okay. In a group, Manifestation Nation, post. Hopefully that works. So let's just dive right in. Hey, Cindy. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the manifesting party. My energy is like really high right now because nothing else lights me up more. You know, it's funny. When I was 18 is when I discovered law of attraction and how to manifest. And I was in a really, really toxic relationship, and my mom was like trying to make me feel better because it was really hard for her to see me like super depressed because it really wasn't my nature to be that way. And she was like, I want to show you this movie, The Secret. And I was like, I don't want to watch a movie. She's like, no, just watch the movie and see what happens. And I was like, okay, fine. And if you've watched The Secret, you know that the beginning of the movie is like kind of weird. It's kind of like, it's not like the highest quality production. So I was like, what the heck is this? What am I watching here? And then I watched it and I was like, mind blown. Everything in that movie resonated with me. Everything made sense. Like I always had questions from when I was little, like how, you know, what is this life? Why am I here? You know, what is the deal with this place? And so that movie answered a ton of my questions. And since then, I just wanted to like learn so much more about the metaphysical world. I read a ton of books. I still read a ton of books. All I do is fill myself up with this information. And I made all of my friends watch that movie, and I still make my clients watch it. I don't think it's like the end all be all of manifestation movies because I think it's way deeper than that. But it's such a good foundation to understand how the power of your mind works and how the natural laws of the universe work. So that was the time that I really woke up to this information and became totally obsessed with manifesting and obsessed with law of attraction. And I would like really test it everywhere I went. Like I would go out to dinner and try and manifest like a free appetizer, like a free drink, or, you know, I would get the parking spots and I would walk into a bar when I was single and be like, oh, we're going to have guys buy us drinks. And I would just try and create that reality. And that was how I really got, it was how I really built my faith in the universe and like testing it. Even in the smallest things, I always say, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is when you test it and then it happens and you can't deny that it happened because you put it out there to happen. So that's a little bit of my background on manifesting, and it's just so ironic because my whole life I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do for a living, like ever. I mean, I share in a course that I'm creating that when I was in preschool, I like looked through the coloring book of professions, and princess looked like the best viable option because I had no clue what I wanted to do or who I wanted to be for the world. I didn't know. I knew that I was meant for something more, right? I think we all inherently feel that way, and yet we get stuck in these places that don't enable us to be that more like the highest version of ourselves. And that's really what I do with women, is I help them get to like the ultimate vision. Like, what is your real purpose, and how can I help you? How can I help you live it, and so much more. So without further ado, let's start the Q&A. But where I was going with that was that it's just ironic that the thing that I was most obsessed with, which was teaching people how to manifest, is what I now do for a living. And so think about the things that light you up, the things that you're most passionate about. I'm just going to leave that there for you. Like, those have everything to do with why you're on this planet. And if you can marry the two between your gifts and your career and bring it together in some form, it doesn't always have to be together, but if you can bring it together, wow, that's when like your higher self is just like jumping for joy, and you feel the most alive, and you feel so amazing. And so it's really cool how things come together. When I went from I have no freaking clue even just a few years ago to what I'm doing, I worked in real estate, which was like kind of close but not really my thing, to where I am right now. And know that I'm a prime example of what's possible when you start to do this work and ask yourself the questions of like, what am I supposed to do? What lights me up? What am I most passionate about? And how can I bring it all together? And it's a brainstorm, and it's deep self-inquiry. Okay. So if you have questions and you're on here, please write them. I'm going to see some of the questions. I'm going to pull some of the questions up because we had some posted. But I want to start with one of the biggest questions I have is like, what is manifesting? And manifesting is all about realizing the result. So manifestation is just the result. I got distracted because it says on here that this video is it's not going anymore. But I think I'm still live. Comment hi. Hey Nicole. Let me know if you can still see me moving. So what is manifesting? What is manifestation? Manifestation is the end result. Everything in front of you right now is a manifestation. Everything that you see in reality is a creation of something that was once thought. So creation is manifestation. I say this a lot in my teachings. Manifestation is the end result. This is the end of creation. Where is the beginning of creation? Where does it all come from? In your imagination, right? Everything comes from the non-physical before it becomes physical. And when you operate from that place, so most people think that, like this is the way that it is. But actually, our reality is just the way that it was. It's a reality of past thoughts and thinking that have created this physical manifestation that you're in right now, your reality, your current sitch. So what's really conflicting is that we think we have to respond to what's in front of us as opposed to realign ourselves from the inside out to what we want to create, what we want to bring into our next physical experience. Does that make sense? If you have questions on that, just ask. It's really deep. Like this is like, I love talking about this side of manifestation instead of like, yeah, you can manifest a car and you can manifest the house and you can, yes, all of that. But what we really all want is to just feel good enough and happy and loved and secure. And a lot of that, unfortunately, has to do with our surroundings, right? And what's outside of us. But really, if we start from the inside out, cliche, happiness is an inside job, but like really, if we started from the inside out, it would drastically change the outside because everything comes from non-physical first, from within us, within our consciousness, within our hearts, within our minds, within our emotions. None of that's physical, right? It's all non-physical. And so focusing within creates the outside. Our reality is a mere reflection of everything that we feel about ourselves on the inside. It's like, hey Ashley, this is what you look like on the outside. Especially when we run into people and circumstances that we're like, what the hell is going on? Like, how did I create this? I didn't create this, right? So that's another question I get a lot is like, well, did I create that horrible relationship, or did I create that, did I create that, accident, or did I create that illness? And manifestation and deliberate creation is really important to take responsibility for the things that show up in our lives. And it's really challenging sometimes because we see things that are not wanted in our reality and we immediately point the finger and we're like, nope, didn't create that. And it's when you hone in on your belief systems. So this is the stuff that the movie The Secret doesn't really go into, is like what's underneath everything that, what's underneath it all, really. And what's underneath it all is your belief systems and your emotions that are lined up with those belief systems. And then those belief systems, hey, welcome everyone that's joining, creates, your belief systems create thoughts, and then all of that together literally creates your reality. And so things show up that are unwanted, and all of those places in our life that are super uncomfortable for us, and we're like, I'm going to hide and run from this. Like, that's my default, right? I'm going to run away from this situation. It doesn't feel good. As opposed to leaning in and realizing that, like, that's literal gold. Like, that thing that triggers you is giving you feedback as to where you need to tweak from the inside out. And it's when we stop taking our cues from our circumstances, and when we stop pointing the finger at our circumstances and stop getting lost in our circumstances, and we reframe it all and come back to within ourselves, that we can then begin to manifest a new reality. And this is where patterns get created, where we respond the same way to the circumstances over and over and over again. And then we're like, get to a point where we're so sick of responding to the circumstances that we have to actually go within ourselves. We like hit this like wall, and we're like, I cannot do this anymore. This is ridiculous. How can I choose something different for myself? And then that's when people seek out a life coach, or, join up a group coaching program, or find, a spiritual counselor, an angel intuitive, Colleen's on, and and get help. And get that help to help you access your power and actually regain your power from the inside out. So there's that. And if you guys have any questions about manifesting, please write them. I want to answer them. I'm going to pull up a question that was asked. Hopefully I can find it. By Cindy. Cindy asked a question about... I got it. I'm going to find it. It went away. Cindy, if you're on, can you repost your question? How do you hold the flow? Okay, good. All right, I'll go right into your question. So Colleen wrote before, how to stay in the flow of manifesting. Do you focus on the big picture, or do you focus on what's right in front of you? So my answer to that is it depends what's right in front of you. Right? Like, if you're focused on what's right in front of you and you don't like what's right in front of you, then that could flow off, that could flow you off your flow. That could throw you off your flow. So if you're in the flow and you're feeling aligned, and I want to talk a little bit about alignment. I'm going to make a note, alignment. When you're feeling aligned, alignment just means, things are working out. Like, you feel happy, you feel good. I mean, someone opens the door for you at Wawa, and then someone buys you free coffee, and then you're like, oh my God, and you come home, your husband buys flowers for you, and you're like, this is a great day, things, just unexpected things happen. So, what was your question? Oh yeah, how to stay in the flow. The honest truth of staying in the flow is to keep feeling good. And when something comes in your reality that's right in front of you that stops that good feeling state, it's your responsibility to not let that throw you out of your flow, out of your alignment. Because usually, all the hearts, usually when we are working through something and we're manifesting something and we're in the flow, the universe will pull out your old beliefs. So let's just say you're trying to create something in your business and you're in the flow, and then a curveball is thrown your way. And that's usually the universe pulling out all that old stuff that you're still holding on to. So if like creation is like a 3-day process, a 3-step process, like you know what you want, you're in your flow. And then day 2 is like the doubt creeps in. And when that doubt creeps in, it's your responsibility to stay connected to your alignment. So don't go with the drift of, oh, this sucks, you know, like I just got thrown off. Everything was going so good. I don't understand. Instead, pause, like take that pause, hold that space between the, the circumstance of what happened and then your reaction to it, and choose how you want to feel. Pace your preference onto your reality. That changed the game for me. One of my teachers, Bentino Massaro, he always says that. Pace your preference onto your reality. What do you want to feel no matter what? Thanks, Colleen. Yeah, like how do you want it to feel anyway? It doesn't matter what showed up, because what showed up, and I think you missed the beginning, I was just saying that like what shows up in front of us is a reflection of our past thoughts and thinking. So it's an old manifestation surfacing. This is the end of creation right here. This is like a result of our past thoughts and thinking, a result of our past belief system. And so now we have this brand new opportunity to go within and say, okay, well, how do I want this to feel anyway? And it's really challenging. And actually it kind of goes into, but it's not that, I want to say it's really challenging, but it's a practice. And if you're committed to creating your life on purpose and like really deliberately creating your life on purpose, nothing will be more important to you than feeling good. Nothing will be more important to you than your own alignment, than your connection to yourself. And you have to be so committed to that practice that like nothing can throw you out of that. It's like I was talking yesterday in my yoga class about the weather and how it's such a good opportunity to practice your own state of being in shitty weather. Because it's like, okay, I'm going to go with the drift of the weather and be like, oh, this sucks. You know, blah, blah, blah. The weather makes me feel this. The weather makes me feel that. But like, you're choosing to feel that way. So sometimes I try, I really try, not lying about that. Like I really do try to take the weather as a opportunity to have sunshine on a cloudy day. Okay. Guys, I'm quirky like that. All right. Cindy says, I hope that helps you, Colleen. Cindy says, by the way, Colleen is an angel intuitive and she's amazing. And she really, really helped me in my life. And it's just, our connection is just awesome. And I really appreciate you. So check her out. Cindy said, so my question last night was, I did not get this job because the angels knew I wasn't going to be happy. Or did I not get the job because deep down I knew I didn't want it? And then I asked Ashley, how do I manifest first? How do I manifest first? We want to claim it as if it's ours already, and then we let go of it. Okay, because if we hold on too tight, then we're holding resistance. Cool, great question. So I'm going to start with the bottom of your question first. So I think your question is like, if you're acting as if you have something, or if you're trying to manifest something, like one of the biggest manifestation tools is to act as if. Act as if you are that person that has that thing, that has that experience, that has that job, that has that relationship, that has the money, anything that it is you want, act as if. Now, usually there's a lot of belief systems that get in the way of that, but that's a whole different thing. So act as if, but also let it go. So it's like an oxymoron. How can you act as if you're doing something, but you also are trying to let it go? And if you didn't see my Facebook Live from yesterday, it was all about the different layers of letting things go and putting them in a bubble and releasing them out into the universe. And this is such a good question. So I asked myself last night, who would I be if I had everything I wanted in my life and in my business? How would I be treating myself right now? And the answer for me was go put on a face mask and sit in the dark for 30 minutes and don't do anything, because I don't stop. So that's what I did. And then this morning, I kept asking myself the same thing. Like, my initial reaction in the morning is to get up and get right on my computer and start working right away. And then it becomes like 1 or 2 o'clock and I haven't even eaten lunch yet. And in my perfect world, with my perfect business and my perfect life, I would be nourishing myself. I would be taking the time for myself to make breakfast, to enjoy my coffee, to like enjoy the morning rituals that I do and not rush through. And so that's just a tool, is to ask yourself, like, who would I be if I was that person? And put yourself in that mindset. What would that person be doing? What would that person be wearing? What would that, like, would I be in my pajamas till 2 p.m.? Probably not, but sometimes that happens. So also, when you are acting as if you already have everything that you want, you don't have to hold on to it. You can let it go, because when you act as if you have everything you want, there's nothing to hold on to. So that's how, like, acting as if and letting it go together, because if you were that person, you would have literally nothing to hold on to, because everything would already be the way that you want it to be. Does that make sense? Let me know. Let me know. And ask more questions, guys, for sure. Hey, Brian. And the other part of your question was about your job. And Cindy and I talked a little bit on the side earlier about this job that she wanted. And this is a great example of being deliberate with the universe. And we so often, we don't even realize it, send mixed signals out into the universe. So Cindy has a dream of creating her own business. Cindy has a dream of being her own boss and working for herself. I know that. And that's what she said to me earlier. And then she's affirming on her way to the job, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to get this job, or I have this job. Whatever your affirmation was, I'm going to get is not a good affirmation. So learn from the manifestation coach. That's not what you want to say. It's like acting as if you have the job, right? So I am working at this new place, right? So you're saying that, and you're also saying that you are your own boss. And the universe is like, well, which is it? Are you working at this place, or are you your own boss? So it's no surprise that you didn't get the job, because you are literally, it's not that your angels don't want that for you, and the universe doesn't want that for you. They want what you want. This is huge, you guys. Like, this is everything. Like, there's no signs out. I mean, there's signs. There are signs for sure. I shouldn't say that, because there are signs coming from within you. But the universe wants what you want. Your angels want what you want. What do you want? What do you want? Declare it. Like, what do you want? It's like, it's such a, she goes, because I'm a fucking boss. Yeah, girl, you are. Keep affirming that, and then look for a building for you to have your business in. I mean, come on. What are you waiting for? You got this. There was another question, and it was in Manifestation Nation. Hold on, I'm going to find it. Let's see here. Okay, Nicole asked, she said, talk about how to let go of fear and really learn to hear my intuition and where it's guiding me. Also, is it normal to still not feel good about the decision our intuition is guiding us to? Or does the intuitive pull always, or is our intuitive pull always feel easy and good? Okay, so, hey Janine, welcome. So she's asking about listening to the intuition. And if your intuition, if like what it's telling you isn't feeling good, is it normal, or is that right? There's a lot of layers to this question. My intuition, the way I want to answer this for you, is telling me to tell you that sometimes your intuition is guiding you somewhere, and it might feel like it's going against your grain, and it might feel like it's leading you in the wrong direction, or it might not feel super good to follow your intuition, but to trust that you're being guided. And the story that comes in for some reason is Valerie and I did a Facebook Live all about intuition. And she tells a story about how her intuition was telling her not to go on the water slide with her nephew. But she really wanted to go on the water slide with her nephew. But she was like, this isn't a good idea. This isn't a good idea. But of course, she wanted to go on the water slide, but her intuition was telling her that she shouldn't be going on the water slide, right? So sometimes it conflicts. It might conflict with what you think you want, and it might not feel aligned to what you want, but whatever you are inquiring about, I want you to know that, like, deep down, we all know exactly what we should be doing. We know the decisions that need to be made. And if you get quiet enough to actually hear it being told to you, that's amazing. And either way, like, your body, your heart knows what it is that you need. And it might not be what you think you need or what you think you want, but deep down you know. And sometimes, this is a quote that I used to say all the time, is like, the hardest things and the right things aren't always the same, right? The hardest things that we have to do are not always what we want. And our intuition and life forces us out in a way to guide us. Like, it gives us a little pat on the butt, like, come on, go this way. And you're like, I don't want to go that way. And you're like, okay, I'll do it, after fighting it for so long. So the things that we push against and the resistance that's in the way of us following our intuition is what makes us think that it's not what we should be doing. Okay, that just came through clear. Awesome. Any other questions about manifesting or anything that we talked about today? Feel free to share. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Thank you. And guys, please share this video. I'm trying to reach a bigger audience, and I'm asking the universe, and I'm going to ask you also to share the Manifestation Nation group. I'm going to be coming out with some really awesome courses really soon. Some really awesome things are in the works, and I want to help as many people as I possibly can. And I know how much this information changed my life, and I know that it has and will and continue to change so many other people. And I just wanna hug, like, everyone and bring them in and just let them know that, you know, you're powerful, and you have. I was able to channel a little bit when I was writing and over the last couple weeks, and one of the things that I wrote down was that what did I say here? Hold on, I want to get it right. It was a really cool experience. I said that you are, hold up, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I said you are a creation expander, and you are also the creator. And maybe I'll share a little bit more in a next live about what I wrote down, what came through from my higher self. But you are a creation expander, and you are also the creator. And so no matter what your experience is right now, whatever you're going through, just know that you are an expression and expansion of creation itself. And without everything that you are going through, you've been through, or will go through, number one, it wouldn't help you, be on your soul path and learn everything that you need to learn. And number two, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here if you weren't meant to have all those experiences to expand your creation. And also, you're the creator, so you also have the power to hone in on your powers and decide how you want to use your powers, whether you use them for yourself or against yourself. But either way, the universe, it doesn't have a preference. There is no right or wrong when it comes to the universe. There's no good or bad when it comes to the universe or to God. And that is the truth for me. And it's the truth that I want to share with you, because you have that power. And if there is no right or wrong, and you're expanding creation just by being in your expression and living the life you're living. You're here for a reason. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you guys have a great Saturday. If you catch the replay, please leave your questions. I will answer them. And if you have anything else you want to share, or if you're not in Manifestation Nation, join the group. I go live in there a lot, and I'm really excited to just share all of this information. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. If you like what you heard today, like I said, please share this live. People need to know this information, and leave me some hearts. Duh.